When I first came to the Philippines, everyone warned me about three things: the heat, the traffic, and the food portions. Nobody warned me about the fourth thing, the most powerful cultural force in the entire archipelago. A force that crushes exhaustion, fear, diets, and even logic. A force that has defeated tourists, expats, vloggers, missionaries, backpackers, and the occasional confused alien who landed here instead of Area 51. Filipino hospitality. I grew up in Washington State, where the weather is cold, the coffee is strong, and the politeness is quiet. If guests came to our house, my mom would smile and say, "Make yourself comfortable, dear," and then point to the fridge. "Help yourself. There's soda and leftovers in there." People would nod, sit on the couch, maybe talk for a bit, sip their drinks, and go home. Very simple. Very American. Very DIY. Filipinos, however, I learned quickly that they don't do DIY hospitality. They do something else entirely. They do battle-level feeding missions. I discovered this on my third day in the Philippines, when I visited the small town of Talisi, where a local family had invited me for lunch after they saw me filming at the market. In America, if strangers invite you for a meal, you assume it's suspicious. In the Philippines, it's Tuesday. The father of the house, who insisted I call him Tito Boy even though he was maybe only 10 years older than me, opened the gate with a smile so wide I thought he was going to adopt me on the spot. His wife, Tita Rose, waved at me with this excited energy like I was a long-lost niece who had returned from war. "Kain tayo," she said, ushering me inside. I didn't know that phrase yet, but I recognized it from the market. It was something food sellers kept shouting while holding skewers in my face. I assumed it meant something like food now, but I wasn't mentally prepared. I stepped inside and froze. The table. The dining table. My God. It looked like a royal banquet with a birthday party, a fiesta, and a wedding reception all happening at the same time. There were 5 whole fried tilapias pancit bihon piled high like Mount Apo, a mountain of rice that could feed an entire barangay. Lumpia arranged like soldiers ready for duty, chicken adobo swimming in dark sauce, and halo ingredients sitting in bowls waiting for their moment of destiny. And when they saw me staring in shock, they didn't laugh, they looked worried. "Is this enough?" Tita Rose whispered. "Enough? Enough?" I wanted to say, "Ma'am, this is enough to feed a Viking ship." But then I remembered I was a guest, so I just smiled politely and nodded. That was my mistake. Because suddenly everyone started moving like a tactical feeding squad. A chair was pulled out for me. 3 plates were placed in front of me. Why 3? I don't know, maybe 1 for each course of my doom. Rice was scooped. 2 servings. 3. 4. A soup appeared I didn't even see earlier. Someone pushed a glass of calamansi juice to my hand. Another placed mangoes beside me. A small child brought me a fork wrapped in tissue like I was royalty. Then, the sentence. The sentence that would follow me for the next 30 days. The sentence that would haunt my dreams and appear randomly in my vlogs like a jump scare. Kumain ka na? I blinked. Yes, kumain ka pa. Eat more. Oh, I'm actually already, kumain ka pa. Eat more. But, kumain pa. More. I had eaten 3 bites, and this woman was already treating me like a starving athlete who needed to gain weight for the Olympics. In the US, my mom would say, "Oh, don't worry, sweetie. You don't have to eat if you're not hungry." Filipinos don't say that. Filipinos never say that. Filipinos treat not eating as a medical emergency. Tita Rose sat beside me with a look of determination. "You're too skinny," she said, pointing at my arm. "Eat more." "But this is just my arm size, eat more." "But Americans are, eat." The more I protested, the more food she added to my plate until it looked like I had personally offended her by existing. And then, when I finally finished everything despite my stomach begging for mercy, the entire family clapped. They actually clapped. The child looked impressed. Tito Boy leaned back proudly, like he had just fed a champion. In America, if you finish food at someone's house, they say, "Oh, I'm glad you liked it." In the Philippines, finishing food is interpreted as a cry for help. "You're still hungry," they said in unison. "I am not hungry," I wanted to shout, but all that came out was a very weak, "I'm okay pa," but that only made things worse. They looked at each other. She said, "Pa. Oh. Very good. She's adapting. Give her more." A fresh plate of lumpia magically appeared in front of me. This time I realized something crucial. Saying, "I am full," in America ends the meal. In the Philippines, it's treated as a polite suggestion that is respectfully ignored. After 1 hour of eating, laughing, and attempting not to die, I excused myself to the bathroom and whispered to the mirror, "This is not hospitality. This is a military operation." But that was only my first experience. My second discovery happened when I visited a remote barangay in Antique. I was doing a vlog about rural lifestyles, interviewing locals about agriculture and festivals. One woman named Lala saw me filming and shouted, "Come, eat here," before I even had time to respond. Suddenly, 10 villagers surrounded me, escorting me to a bamboo hut like I was being kidnapped by friendly aunties. A giant pot sat on a wooden table, steaming with something that smelled like heaven on a rainy day. "Do you know tinola?" they asked. I didn't. Tinola sounded like the name of a perfume, not chicken soup. But when they poured the broth into a bowl, I swear angels started singing. The ginger steam hit my face and transported me to another dimension. "Tikman mo," they said. "Taste it." I did. It was warm, comforting, the kind of taste that hugs your soul. I closed my eyes like I was on a cooking show. They all stared at me silently. Then, the attack began. "Kumain ka pa? Rice? More sabah? Take this chicken. No, this chicken. Here, have this banana. You want coffee? How about bread? What about turin?" I had one bowl. They fed me 4 more. In America, when you say, "I like this dish," people smile and maybe give you a recipe. In the Philippines, saying, "I like this," means you signed an unspoken contract to eat until you literally cannot breathe. But what really shocked me wasn't the generosity, it was the warmth. These people had barely known me for 10 minutes, but they treated me with more care than some of my coworkers back home who knew me for 10 years. At one point, a grandmother sat beside me, gently fanning me while saying, "You're sweating, Anik. Here, eat this fruit." Normally, if someone fans me while feeding me fruit, I assume I've been adopted by royalty. But in the Philippines, apparently, this is normal grandma behavior. Then there was the third event, the one that changed everything. I was in Cavite filming a video called, "What Daily Life is Like in the Philippine Suburbs." I met a group of teenagers playing basketball and asked if I could record them. After a while, one of the kids said, "8, merienda ka muna. Snack time." He ran inside and got pandesal with cheese. Then another kid brought out iced tea in a jug. Then his mom peeked from the window and yelled, "Invite her for dinner." I didn't even know these people's names. "Dinner? Oh, no, I don't want to impose," the mom gasped dramatically like I had insulted the entire barangay. "No, you must eat. You're here in the Philippines." The dad came outside, wiping his hands with a towel. "Yes. Eat here. You're family now." Family? Family. In America, if you call someone family after 1 hour, it's weird. In the Philippines, calling someone family after 1 hour is Tuesday. For dinner they served sinigang, and to this day, I swear they used the recipe God personally gave Adam and Eve. The soup was so good that I almost cried. The tamarind hit my tongue like a lightning strike of joy. I looked up and said, "This is amazing." They nodded proudly, and immediately put more food on my plate. After that dinner, the father rode his motorcycle and insisted on driving me back to my hotel for safety. The mom gave me leftovers. The daughter gave me a bracelet she made. The teenager gave me a basketball shirt. The grandmother gave me blessings, 3 hugs, and 2 mangoes. 2. I asked why 2. "Para may extra ka," she said. "So you have extra." That night, I lay in bed thinking about the difference between American politeness and Filipino hospitality. Americans are polite, they give you space, privacy, independence. But Filipinos give something else. They give warmth, comfort, belonging. They treat guests the way we treat close friends. They feed you like they're keeping your soul alive. They include you in their families like it's the most natural thing in the world. And then, a few days later, something magical happened. I found myself doing it, too. I met a backpacker from Japan who looked tired and lost in Manila. Without thinking, I said, "Have you eaten? If not, come with me." I froze. Oh no. Was I becoming Filipino? I brought him to a carinderia. I told him to try lumpia. When he said it was good, I almost told him to eat more. When he finished his plate, I actually said, "Do you want extra rice?" I gasped. I was turning into Tita Rose. The owner of the store laughed. "You're learning," she said. But the moment I fully understood Filipino hospitality was when I returned to Talisi 1 month later. I walked toward Tito Boy's house, and before I could even knock, I heard someone shout, "She's back." The gate opened. The entire family came out smiling. "Come, eat." I laughed, genuinely happy this time. Maybe this was why foreigners fell in love with the Philippines, not just the beaches, not just the food, not just the beauty, but because of this warmth that hits you like a tidal wave. A warmth that never expects anything in return. A warmth that makes a stranger feel like family. A warmth that says, "Kumain ka na? Eat. Eat more. No, more." And suddenly, I didn't mind. Because this time, when they placed a heaping plate of pancit in front of me, I smiled and said, "Thank you, pa." And they all clapped again.